Well, hello, and welcome. This is Oscar Hines. Welcome to Ninja Talks, the opportunity to connect with some amazing thought leaders, some fascinating people, and some interesting conversations, all of which we are absolutely going to have. I am beyond thrilled to have in studio live. Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh, Miss Candace Noel, how are you?
I'm wonderful today. It's flying by, but I'm so grateful to be here.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Well, I can't tell you now. I was trying to figure out how long I have known you, and I'm thinking it's about a decade. But
Yes.
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 Wow.
Mhm.
Wow.
Mhm.
Gosh. So that's about right. That's a long time.
I know.
Oh my gosh. And you have always been, and I know I promised you I'm not going to embarrass you
Oh
by
my
just,
gosh.
but you have always been like this picture of elegance, of beauty, of grace. You are an amazing accomplished dancer. You are a graphic designer. You are an interior decorator. You are a florist now with a beautiful, amazing business. You've done so much. I can't wait to hear about it, number one. And then number two, then we're going to dive in a little bit on some of what inspires you. So so tell me, give us just a little background first of all, and then we can dive into some of this other. Tell us a little bit about Candace.
Well, I'm a native Houstonian, and I've lived here my entire life. My mother's from Fort Worth, and my dad is from Grenada. So I have
like
this,
that.
this combination of, Caribbean heritage and American heritage that's incorporated in a lot of things that I do.
I love it. Wow.
I'm also a mother, visual artist, graphic designer, floral designer, anything that I can put my hands on to create beauty. That's
Wow.
what I like to be involved with.
Wow. Okay. So you've set the stage nicely here. This idea of this beauty came from a place inside of you.
Mm-hmm.
When you were younger, how did you see the world? Did you always see it in color and form, or did it develop after your adulthood? How did that happen for you?
Well, my family, I always say we're a family of travelers. So at a very young age, I've been all over the Caribbean and in Canada, where the majority of my family, my dad's side of the family, they live. And just through travel and just seeing the beauty of the world, that always translates into something that I've created since childhood.
Wow. 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 So that's pretty cool. So you saw, because I know I had the privilege of taking my kids to Costa Rica a couple of years ago. And I remembered walking along the jungle and then the beach, and then looking at these amazing flowers and the toucan birdess, like the Fruit Loops bird. And, I was expecting to have a conversation with them, but then it's like, hey, stop smoking that stuff. No, it was like one of those quintessential moments. But in my mind, I was thinking I had walked these beaches when I was 3 years old, and there was something very familiar at a very guttural level to me. And it was something that I wish I could express in art and form. So for you, do you feel like when you were going to all these different places that you were absorbing or downloading this stuff, these images and colors?
Well, absolutely. And as far as the Caribbean goes, you can't go there and not see beauty and color. Everything's so much more colorful than it is here. And one of my favorite places to go, where it doesn't matter if I'm in Greece or any place in the world, Caribbean, I love to go to the beach because I'm a beach girl.
Yes.
And I don't know what it is, but there's something spiritual that happens to me on the beach. I'm in the water. It feels like, okay, I'm here with God. And I'm immediately refreshed, so that by the time I get back into town, back home, I have so much energy and beauty to just put out.
Wow.
But that to me is sort of like a recharge.
Yes.
When I'm traveling, especially when I get to visit any sort of beach.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Well, a lot of folks that listen to this show know that I do health and wellness stuff.
Mhm.
And what you're describing is really actually a physiological phenomenon that's happening with your body, because on the beach, they say the place on Earth that has the most negative ions that they've been able to measure is Niagara Falls.
Oh, wow.
So when all that water is coming over the falls, you know, we have positive ions that are like these things that are, and computers and everything around us that's bombarding us with electromagnetic frequencies, but the negative ions is like recharging us, and that's where we literally regenerate our power, our energy from. So when you're on the beach, you are recharging
every time.
Wow.
Yeah, I was recently in Puerto Rico in December, and I just needed that recharge, and just being out there, it was so hot, but I love the heat, and it was just like burn me and recharge me. It was fantastic. It was great.
So when we get away from the phones and we get away from all that stuff, we can really feel that power. But so all of that, it sounds like, translated to you when you go to a place artistically. Do you see how nature arranges the colors? Is that part of what is inspiring you, or how do you feel that?
It is the color. The color draws me, but one thing as far as floral design is you're not really designing the flowers. You're just letting the flowers be as they naturally are. So if a branch is going this way, don't force it this way. Okay. If the petals want to go like this, you know, let them do what they naturally do. And if you get into the habit of just being open to what they're already doing, it just creates something really beautiful every time. It just don't force it into something that it doesn't want to do.
That's a very interesting perspective. I really like that, because I've always liked sort of I like the classic dozen red roses. That's very nice. But how cool is it to have like a montage of colors and textures, and you know, you have hibiscus mixed with with tulips or whatever, just different styles of flowers or floral arrangements. Is that kind of the space that you occupy when you're thinking about arrangements?
Yes, and I'm glad you mentioned the red roses, because it's so funny that people who don't know much about flowers, that's the first thing that they go to. Yeah. But my goal is to open people's eyes to other flowers. There's so much beauty in the world, and you know, there's so much that can be accomplished without a red rose. Red roses are beautiful. Yes. But you know, there's an opportunity to open your mind and see what else is out there. Yeah. As far as bringing joy with flowers.
Well, it's absolutely true. I know I remembered buying some wildflowers one time for someone. And they were overjoyed by these wildflowers. Like, I mean, it was a big deal to have all these different and I thought that's kind of how I am. I'm a little eclectic, and I you know, I'm not conventional. I'm not structured in this red rose space. So how about this? And she was like, I love that. That was so cool.
But she probably loved it because it showed effort and not just going to you know, the red roses because that's what everybody goes to. That means a lot.
Oh,
it means
wow.
a lot.
So I got some points.
Oh yeah.
Okay. I love it when that happens. Oh my gosh. Well, you know, there's a lot to unpack with you. I know we're talking about flowers. We're talking about color and beauty, and one of the things that you mentioned was that you see how the world has changed over this last year now, since, you know, it's almost 10 months at least. How do you feel like what you do changes that trajectory?
I think right now, especially during the pandemic, that what I do has been really amplified. Because before the pandemic, you know, people would have events, special events, and they'd have flowers there, or they'd give someone flowers, and it does mean a lot. But now, trying to find the joy in darkness right now, I'm able to provide that with flowers. I have a lot of clients that that order flowers and arrangements just to have a little spot of joy in their home. Wow. And so that joy is amplified during this dark time. So I'm happy to provide that.
I love it. I love it because flowers, they do have a vibrational frequency. When you're around them, you feel it. When you smell them, the essential oils in them are changing our biochemistry. I mean, it's amazing how calming and soothing they are. So yes, you are bringing that sunshine and that calm and that peace. And I think that's awesome. I think that's really poetic. But you're an accomplished businesswoman. You are a strategist. You've done a number of different things. And we're going to delve into a little bit of that.
Okay.
We opened up with these, and I know it's close to Valentine's Day. So folks, if you haven't gotten those flowers yet, for men or women, you are going to want to get them from, and it's Flora Noel.
Flora Noel.
Ooh, I love that.
Visit floranoel.com.
Yes.
Or you can go on IG, Instagram, Flora Noel Design.
Ooh,
to request a bouquet.
And the last name is Noel, just like the Noel.
Just like Christmas.
Yes, just like Christmas. I love it. Yes. Well, it's Christmas today. I felt gifted already. Folks, you're listening to Ninja Talks here on the Edge Radio Network. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we will join Candace Noel again, and let's talk a little bit more about strategies that you can use to shift the trajectory of your moods and of your life. Back in just a moment.
When people stop talking to each other, society is on the edge. Let's bring them back. Edge Radio, because truth still matters.
And we are back. This is Ninja Talks here on the Edge Radio Network. I am absolutely stoked. We are talking to Ms. Candace Noel. It has been an interesting conversation so far because we're talking about how you affected the world with color and with the beauty of the aesthetics of flowers. But your design history goes a little bit before that. And I remember when I first met you, I thought, gosh, you know, you have, again, this regal elegance, and you must just snap your finger and everything just happens the way it's supposed to.
I wish.
No? So tell us about this journey. How did you started working really early in life?
Yes.
Yeah.
So when I was about 14, or since kindergarten all the way up till mid-high school, I attended a Catholic school. And in the Catholic school during the summer, they had a summer camp. So they were always looking for kids to mentor the smaller kids. So I volunteered, or not really volunteered, it's my job, but I decided to apply to be a camp counselor. And I just really enjoyed that job. It really wasn't work to me because I was able to, you know, create art with younger children and be involved in performances with younger children. And ever since then, I've been involved in some sort of artistic avenue, be it visual or performing.
Wow.
So after working in the camp, then I progressed to working in Fort Bend with children as a teacher's aide.
Nice.
And then I found my love for graphic design in college. And then I'm still being involved in graphic design, but now I'm involved in floral design, and I dance, and I paint, and I draw. And all of that has also trickled down to my daughter because she's very much the artist as well.
That's
so
awesome.
That's how my journey started.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that. And she is beautiful. You know, I remember when she was just a little baby and now look at her. She's like a big girl, and
Yes.
and you already see this artistic creativity. So
Yes.
it's some genetic piece.
I didn't believe it when I saw her, but she is truly an artist, and she's a fantastic dancer.
Wow.
Yeah,
And a dancer.
Yes, she's a
Well, you know,
fantastic dancer.
I've been, I will say this: you are an amazing, incredible dancer, and we've got to dance. And
Oh
I
my
just
God.
realized, you know what? The wires that used to be here aren't here anymore. So, you know, I might be tempted
I mean, it's possible.
to pull you on the dance floor live in front of all these people.
I have no problem with that. No problem. at
I
all.
know you don't. You are amazing. So yeah, okay, all right. Well, folks, you're gonna want to see this. So I'll set that up here in a minute. But let me ask you now, kind of going back to your own sort of journey, right? I always like to delve in on this show about your coping mechanisms. What tools did you use to keep going, to not quit? Because you said it wasn't easy. So when you got hit in the face, what was your strategy to get back on track?
I just had to remind myself that, you know, just take a moment to step back and just really hone in on and remember that this is what you love to do. Take time away from this, get out, travel, get into nature, recharge, and then go back and create something beautiful.
Wow. I love that. So you powered back up.
Yes.
You literally use nature as your energy source. Golly, that's exactly what I
have
do.
to.
You're scaring me. Wait, what? No, that's exactly my coping mechanism. Like I literally take walks in the forest. I mean, that's my process. And once I come back, I have clarity. Or I get out on the motorcycle, but I don't go in traffic in the middle of the city.
Yes.
I'm like out in nature, you know, when you're just leaning around the curve and these beautiful, majestic pines are flying by. There's something spiritual about that for me. So, and then the other place where you express this amazing I want to call it spiritual freedom is on the dance floor.
Oh yeah.
I would be absolutely remiss. How long have you been dancing? Because you are incredible dancer.
I want to say at this point it's probably about 12 or 13 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because I met you at the beginning.
You
so.
did. You did. No, you
Yes.
know, it's funny because you did. So I didn't know you were, but you were such a great dancer. I mean, you're always athletic. So you were very powerful.
But you know this. We're Caribbean. We're part Caribbean.
Yeah.
It's in there. I mean, if you want to use it or not, it's in there.
Yes.
And I think that plays a big part.
You're right.
I cannot hear music and sit still. I cannot.
I love it. Well, so I remember like when I danced with you, one of the things was how fast you could spin and how fast you moved in your physicality. And in the salsa world, it's kind of like, you know, I see the men and they're always looking for these very, you know, the best salsa dancers. And you are always like, your dance card's always full because you can dance with anybody. Like my thing was, if you could interpret my gibberish, you could dance with anybody.
Oh my God.
So it's amazing to watch. And I mentioned this story to you, but I want to share it with the audience because it was it was one of those poignant moments for me in the dance world when, for me, I was recently divorced way back then, and I was kind of like, oh my gosh, I need an outlet. And so when I went to Taco Milagro, it was amazing. It was right in River Oaks, and you had the outdoor pine trees and the whole thing, right? So this old couple, beautiful, great shape, and they're like dancing, and they look so amazing and regal. So I come up to him, and it's an old Cubano, an old Cuban guy. And I said, I love the way you and your wife dance. And he goes, thank you. He says, you know the secret for salsa? And I said, really? I mean, he was sounding like Ricardo Montalban, rich Corinthian leather. Right? He says, the secret for salsa is that the man is the matador. And I said, oh, that's interesting. And then I said, so who's the woman, the bull? And the guy's like, no. The woman, she is the cape. And the matador must move the cape majestically so that the woman is accentuated.
Wow.
And I was like, wow, that's cool.
That's a great story. I've never heard anything like that.
I loved it. So finally I said, well, then who's the bull? And he says, the bull is the eyes of the audience.
Wow.
And it moves with the cape. And I was like, wow, that's gangster.
Yes, it is. And it's gangster. A great way to describe it. It's a great way.
I absolutely love it. But really, the woman is highlighted with a good salsero. And when someone moves as quickly and as fluidly as you do, it's amazing. So no, you are amazing. And folks, we're gonna work this out. I think this logistically can work. We'll do the last 5 minutes of the show. We're gonna dance, so you guys have to stay put. So let me not digress anymore. But I love that part of the identifier for you, part of your own trajectory. Because as a Caribbean / American woman, mom is from Fort Worth. That's very different. And dad is from Grenada. How did they meet?
You know, it's so funny. They met out dancing 1,000 years ago at a club.
Wow.
And he had recently come to Houston, and his accent was so thick. She didn't know what he was saying for the first 3 months, but she was so enthralled with him, and she just stuck with it.
Wow.
And they've been married ever since.
Oh my gosh. I love that. I love that. Well, my father was a charmer. And he had a Jamaican sounding accent, but I would jokingly say, like we would DJ and have house parties, and the girls that would see him, the old father coming home, because he allowed us to have house parties. So we were DJs back then, before DJing was cool, scratch mix and all that stuff, right? So I remembered seeing him with a couple of ladies in the kitchen, and they were laughing at him. And then I come back in 10 minutes, and they're laughing with him. They're like, "Ruben, you are so funny." He's like, and another thing I'm going to tell you. One time I used to, and he would have this contagious laugh, and I'm like, this dude is a beast. So I realize where I get my gregarious personality from.
Yes.
So do you think, what characteristics did you take from Dad in that regard?
My dad is very much the same. He's very charming, and people are drawn to him because he's so much fun.
Wow.
He is so much fun, and he's usually the life of the party. And not that I'm the life of the party, but I love to have a good time, and I try to make the best of every situation.
Yes.
And that's what he does.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
So he's an optimist.
Yes.
And he's also very gregarious, very outgoing, because I love that.
He's a Virgo man.
A Virgo man. Ooh, I like Virgos. I totally like Virgos. Yes. And you are a Capricorn.
Yes.
Ooh, as am I.
Are you?
Absolutely. When were you? What day and month?
December 30th.
December 30th. That's right. Okay.
Yes.
Just before the absolute New Year. Wow. Your mom must have had quite. She's like, this baby is coming in this year, not next year.
Exactly.
Wow, how cool.
Yes.
Well, yeah. I am January 15th, so I'm a late Capricorn, but still in that Capricorn mix.
Yes.
And what about your Chinese sign? Do you know your Chinese sign?
I do not.
Oh, we got to find out your Chinese sign.
I have no idea.
Absolutely got to find it. Oh yeah, no, that's that's really important. So then you'll have the yin and the yang of this whole
Yes.
thing. So when we come back, we're going to be joined by Leslie,
Okay.
and Leslie has an interesting background as well. We're going to explore that a little bit, but
Mhm.
then we're going to kind of co-join these conversations because I have a couple of questions for you ladies.
Okay.
As we head towards Valentine's, men want to know and are trying to figure it out. So maybe you guys can help us guys out a little bit with
All
some of that
right.
stuff. So folks, you're listening to Ninja Communications, Ninja Talks here on the Edge Radio Network. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll be joined by Leslie. We are speaking to the amazing Miss Candace Noel with Flora Noel. I
Yes.
love it. So we're going to, floranoel.com. That's so light and airy. I love that. So we're going to talk about that again, and we'll take a quick break. We'll be back in just a moment.
We work our whole lives to support our families. With one accident or illness, it can all be gone in an instant. Now there's a smart, affordable way to protect your family. Go to findhealthbenefits.com and discover low-cost life insurance for as little as $2 per month. Add to that a tax-deferred annuity that can help you protect your assets and grow your money for retirement. Learn more. Go to findhealthbenefits.com or call 877-235-6094. A critical illness can strike without warning and wipe out your life savings. In fact, it's the #1 reason for bankruptcy. Find Health Benefits offers an affordable solution. Get up to $50,000 if you get cancer, stroke, or a heart attack, giving you the peace of mind to focus on getting better while the plan helps you to pay your bills and medical expenses. Learn more. Go to findhealthbenefits.com or call 877-235-6094. 66% of seniors spend more time shopping for cable TV than Medicare plans. Most say because it's just too confusing. Laws change every year. The wrong plan could cost you thousands and prevent you from seeing the doctors you want. Introducing FindHealthBenefits.com. Save time, save money, see specialists without referrals. Go to FindHealthBenefits.com or call 877-235-6094 for this informative brochure.
Society is on the edge. Let's bring them back. Edge Radio, because truth still matters.
And we are back. This is Ninja Communications here on the Edge Radio Network. I am now doubly thrilled to have next to me Miss Leslie McKellar. How are you, Leslie?
Doing great. Happy
It's good.
Tuesday, yeah.
It's good to have you joining us with Candace. Any day that I have an opportunity to speak with amazing women, I am totally jazzed.
Oh.
Now I don't not that I like speaking with amazing men too, but women, forget about it. There's no contest. Because you guys are wired a little bit different than us. So first tell us just a little bit about you so folks can get to know you. And then let's jump into this conversation regarding relationships and Valentine's and expectations. But I want folks to know a little bit about you first.
Okay, I grew up in Northwest Houston, Spring Champions area.
Mm-hmm.
I danced throughout my whole life with the Houston Dance Theater, performed Nutcrackers Ballet,
Oh,
know. Even went to college and got a Bachelor of Fine Arts in dance with ballet performance is my major.
Yes.
So, and proceeded on to dance professionally, ballet again. But I've taught all forms of dance from modern to tap to, modern and salsa. I mean,
You did some salsa
I've
too.
done some salsa. I've done some
Nice.
ballroom dancing, and
Awesome.
character dance was a big thing. I love to take character dance and move the skirt, like you were
Yes.
talking about before. The skirt, not the
Like
not the cape.
You
but,
are the cape, but the skirt is the cape.
Yes,
yeah,
yes,
I
yes.
love it.
Nice.
So I can relate to you on that. And I have a little bit of a background in theater and acting as well.
Love it.
And so yeah.
Wow. So you are comfortable in movement and motion, and I love it. I love it. So that's pretty cool. So I'm talking to two dancers now. I'm not. Well, okay, damn it. Three of us are up here.
That's
We are
right, that's
dancing.
right.
Wait. No, but I think it's virtually impossible for someone to watch dancers and not get energized. I mean, would you guys agree with that?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It's like if we danced, we wouldn't have war. If we just all danced.
That would be great. That would be great.
You dance it out.
because there's a dance that went viral that I thought that was pretty cool, and maybe I'll have to see if I can pull a segment of it, but it went viral. It was this African dance from South Africa, and everybody started doing it. It's called Jerusalema, and it was amazing. I mean, when everybody got going with it, it was fun. So I may pull that up just so folks can get a sample of that, or Vince, if you're able to pull it on YouTube, it's Jerusalema, and we might be able to play a little bit of that because it's like a connecting song that everybody in the world's now dancing to. But so let me go back to this question now. Let's zero in on a few things related to this upcoming holiday of love, right? What do you all consider to be the most important qualities? Because you're a married woman, you're currently
Single.
Okay, so that's perfect. What is the things that a man can do to be most attractive to a woman? What do you think are those things for you? Candace, what do you think?
First and foremost, they need to be honest.
Yeah.
That, to me, that trumps everything. And then second, if they're kind. Not that there aren't a lot of kind men out there, but that is, to me, very attractive.
Ah,
yeah.
Nice.
I like humor. I'm a light-hearted person, and I really dig somebody who's confident, but not too confident.
Yeah.
But I want them to feel sure of themselves. I think that's really attractive. Otherwise, I need to encourage you this whole time we're sitting here. But
Right.
Yeah. So confident but not cocky.
Yes.
And how do you differentiate cockiness from confidence?
Pretty easy, I think. I would.
Yeah, I mean, it's sort of like if you're in a room full of people and you're it, you don't need to tell people that you're it.
Yeah.
You just
Right.
are.
No
You don't have
bragging.
to, you don't have to say, yeah, you just
bragging.
yeah.
But willing to speak and confident in their demeanor.
Yeah.
That's,
Wow.
That's good.
Yes.
So confidence is sexy.
It's very
yeah.
sexy.
Damn, then I must be a good-looking man. But I will say this: I do agree with that. Like I see, and even confidence in a woman is sexy when she carries herself a certain way. Like a dancer, like you were talking about, like perform dancing. That's all body language. It's theatrics. You see that stiff upper back. Have we ever seen slouching dancers?
That never ends well.
I'm not sure I've ever seen a sloucher as a dancer.
I have.
Have you really? The hunchback? I don't know.
Oh yeah, we
Yeah.
got to get people out of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like back, shoulders straight. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's definitely
Wow.
a thing, and that goes in with your communication. Though.
Yeah, absolutely. No, it's a big thing. Like just the body language piece. So okay, so you like somebody who's honest, straightforward. You like humor. So those are.
I do love humor though.
Yeah.
That is a big deal to me
Yeah.
as well. Yeah.
And so how, and this is going to sound a little bit weird, but I have two daughters. So let me preface it this way I don't sound creepy. Okay. I have two daughters, both beautiful young adults, adore them, are very close to both of them. And one married, one single. And I've always taught them that the most important thing that a woman could do is love herself first.
Yes.
Like I inculcated that in them when they were younger because of the abuses that sometimes happen. So how likely is it for a young woman that she tries to look for her father in the relationship that she's going to get into? How likely is that in your estimation? Is that true? Is it a myth?
I think it's highly likely, but I think they don't realize that until it's too late, if that makes sense. Like
Expound.
there's some people that they know that,
Yeah.
so they make it a point to not go after guys that are like their father. But then after some time goes by, those characteristics come out, and they realize, oh, it's him. It's my dad all over again. And then, see what happens after that. But I do think it's highly likely.
Wow.
And then I think there's some trauma that people are attracted to, but they don't realize that that's why they're attracted to certain people.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. My dad's very confident, and he's kind of life of the party kind of person.
Yeah.
And I do think that I seek that out. I didn't end up with somebody that's exactly, that looks like him. It's tall, and my dad's just a big dude.
Yeah.
So I don't think I looked for physical characteristics,
Right.
But innately ended up searching or finding somebody that was confident and entertaining.
Yeah.
So
That's pretty
my
pretty
dad
interesting.
is.
Yes.
So my daughter will never find the perfect man. Okay, wait. That didn't
Well, I
come
think
out
if you have a really
No.
good father,
Yeah.
you're
Yes.
more likely
Absolutely.
Yes,
to
Absolutely.
find those characteristics and
Yeah.
really hold some of those characteristics close to you and know what you're looking for.
Absolutely.
Not to say anything bad about my dad, but my parents divorced when I was a year old, and he wasn't around a whole lot.
Yeah.
So I didn't purposely seek out somebody, that was
Right.
like him, or not seek out somebody that wasn't like him or anything like that.
I mean, to me, it's fascinating because I've had this discussion probably more in the last couple of months for whatever reason. There were just different conversations around men that are emotionally unavailable, and how a lot of women tend to be attracted to those emotionally unavailable men. And I was like, why? What the hell is going on?
Explain it to me, because I'm wondering the same.
Okay. Okay. Well, this is the weird thing, right? If a dad who is the first love of a little girl, generally speaking, is here today, gone tomorrow, non-communicative, non-responsive, in these really crucial moments when a young lady just needs to be reaffirmed that she's beautiful and she's whole and she's okay the way she is, then when she gets older, this woman who's gained this self-reliance and this sense of confidence still has at the core of her being, inside that 5-year-old little girl, at the core of her being, she still has this belief that maybe I'm not worthy enough. And that's an uncomfortable feeling, but she's comfortable in that uncomfortability. And so at some level, she seeks it out. And then some douchebag. Oh wait, no, sorry.
That's right.
Don't let me not start, because there's a couple nice guys like me that are still out there,
Right.
and single. Oh wait, what? But the point is though that that wasn't a blatant advertisement. When we dance, now that's forget about it.
All right.
So, but what I was going to say though is that I think that when that happens, it creates this discomfort that someone seeks inside of a relationship. It's like sitting on thumbtacks. If you sat on thumbtacks every day while your mom rubbed your head and said you're the best child in the world, you will probably find some comfort sitting on some thumbtacks, right?
Yeah.
I mean, so it's the same thing. It's kind of
point.
like in that discomfort, there's comfort. And somehow when the man displays those qualities, a woman's like, oh, there's something inherently attractive about that to me. I mean, is there? So that's my interpretation of that. I don't know if you all have any other thoughts.
I mean, I've definitely dated guys that were not wanting to commit, that kind of thing, and were there but weren't always there.
Right.
And that didn't really bother me that much.
Yeah.
And maybe you make a good point. I ended up marrying somebody that is overly emotional. And sometimes it's even a little annoying. I'm like, this is my space over here, and he just wakes up singing. So that's great, and it's I love it. Believe me. But yeah.
Well, I think I think we all have to choose our. How about you in terms of a quality? I'm looking at our time here, but just in the next minute or so before we take another break, what do you look for in an ideal man for you?
Well, I have to bring up the humor that she brought up because I love to laugh. I love to have a great time. And I love the quality that no matter what the situation is, how good or bad, that person is going to make the best of the situation. I love that they can kind of, roll with the punches because I love to travel. Yes. And if you're going to travel with me, we may miss a plane or a bus or, somebody may get robbed, but we're going to have a great time. We're going to have a fantastic time. So humor that means a lot. Someone who's intelligent. I really am not wrapped up in the package. I love someone's brain. Like that is very attractive to me because I love knowledge. I love to learn. And it's somebody who can keep my brain stimulated, when I'm 92. That's what I'm looking forward to.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. So you're what they call a sapiophile.
Yes.
Yes.
I am.
Yeah. Wow. Well, I discovered I was sapiophile like early on in life, so to speak. I was like, I realized that my connection with somebody had to be there for it to be authentic. And that's been a theme that's followed. So it's nice to have that awareness or that knowingness and energetically I think we vibrate with people when we connect with them like that. So that's excellent. Wow. Well, this is good stuff. So guys, I hope you're taking notes here because Valentine's Day is coming up and y'all better bring it. You got to go past the flowers sometimes and then find Miss Candace and see how she can put together some amazing compositions for you. We gotta get some samples of your stuff and take a look at it. So I love it. So folks, we're gonna take a quick break. We'll be back in just a moment. This is Ninja Talks here on the Edge Radio Network. Back shortly.
Don't push me because I'm close to the edge.
I'm trying not to lose my head.
Hey, this is the Talk About Unity show where I bring the talk.
And I bring the unity.
And together we talk about unity. Unity is what matters.
Come on.
And right now in our country, that's what we've got to do. So we do that here at Talk About Unity on the Edge Radio Network. Be with us every week.
It's going to be awesome. It always is. And I tell you what, the more we seek first to understand, then be understood, we make progress.
And we like to do that. And that's why everybody's on the brink. We love what we do at Edge Radio because everybody's on the edge. We bring them back from the edge and we bring the unity. So we're just glad to Edge Radio Network every Tuesday morning, 10 a.m. Talk about unity because here at Edge Radio Network, truth still matters.
Are you a small business owner concerned about the downturn in the economy? Top business leaders like Mattress Mac and Warren Buffett will tell you that now is the time to promote your business more than ever. People need your services. Your business needs an edge. Learn about special advertising packages for small businesses right here on Edge Radio. Find out more, give us a call at 281-744-0446. That's 281-744-0446. Edge, because truth still matters.
And we are back. This is Ninja Talks here on the Edge Radio Network. I am so jazzed. This has been like an awesome conversation. I'm sitting here with Candace Noel and I'm sitting with Leslie, and we are talking about these relationships and how amazing, beautiful women like yourself actually navigate your way through this thing called relationships, right? Whether you're married or single. So what is some advice that you have for couples or people that are seeking love, relationships? What would you say? What should we avoid? What should we not do to sustain a relationship if we're in one, or to find a relationship if we're not in one? What are your thoughts around that?
Well, I like what you said earlier about making sure that you're happy. I think everyone, men and women, should just make sure that you're not depending on someone else for your happiness. Make sure that you're happy, and also, foremost, have your own life.
Yeah.
Have your own life. I see this so often when women get into a relationship. They may have a career and they stop working, and they're at home with the kids or whatever, and their husband's out working, and they just stop having their own life, their own hobbies and things that they love to do. So they're just waiting around. They're just waiting on their husband to come home or their significant other, and at some point, it causes a burden in the relationship when you're always depending on someone else's excitement, someone else's happiness to make yourself happy. So I would just say, make sure you're happy and get your own life. Find your own hobbies, find your own passion. And that's, I think, foremost, that's very important.
Yeah. No, you're spot on.
Yeah.
You're spot on. That makes a lot of sense. Wow. Because I agree. You have to have something you do that you love, irrespective. What about your thoughts on that?
My first thoughts are not to concentrate on the little things. I mean, even when you're looking for a partner, the honesty, the big things, the character that they have is so much more important than whether or not their nose is too big or they,
Thank you.
Thank
you.
don't
Thank
have
you
the right
for all the
color.
guys on behalf of myself that have big noses.
I don't know.
Probuscus
I'm
unum.
not wrapped up in the package. I'm just,
Right, and you said that,
yeah.
but I think that's important. I remember thinking, I don't want somebody that doesn't have big lips or a full. I don't know. I remember thinking that, and that's kind of putting a wall up, in a way.
And it's limiting yourself. He has to be tall. He has to be this.
Right.
I mean, if you have all this long checklist of things, then you're really missing out on a lot of great guys.
Absolutely.
That's true.
And the little things are important to make somebody feel better too. Though I could say, taking a moment to tell them how you feel about them, or give them a caress, or just acknowledge that you're here and they're here and you're in this. I think is super important, and it takes little seconds, but it means a lot to me personally. When little things are done.
But that sounds like you guys are getting into love language now, right? Like, what is your love languages? Do you know what that is for each of you?
I remember reading about that at one point.
Yeah, so you have touch, you have gifts, you have words of assurance.
They're all good. Let's be
same.
Acts of service.
Yeah, for me, I don't think one is better than the other.
No.
But just making an effort to do something.
Because I like to cook, so I'm okay.
I like to eat.
Oh, me too. That is one of my.
Then we got to hang out.
My giving love language.
But I love that.
Sure.
I love making a great meal.
It's better
and making
than
it
buying you a watch
making
or
it look
something,
pretty.
Right.
But that's pretty cool. And then I think words of assurance sometimes are great too, when you're told you're valued. So yeah, I don't know. I was just asking.
No, I forgot.
I'm asking for a friend.
No, the whole time I'm thinking food. I mean, food makes me so happy. I mean, sometimes forget the jewelry and just give me a steak. I mean, I'm cool with that. Seriously,
I'm 100% with that.
I'll eat all day long. So
You're a foodie.
Yeah.
Oh,
but
I
my
love
husband fills my water glass by the side of the bed every night.
Oh,
I mean, before
sweet.
I'm even thinking about going to bed, he is made sure
thoughtful.
he pulls the sheets all tight so that they're, I don't know.
It's a hotel kind of vibe.
Well, I mean, I'm sure he's like, I don't want to hear you complaining about the sheets being wrinkly or whatever. But no,
there are 1,000 threads.
I'm sorry. No, I mean, he does. He makes the bed, pulls the sheet. He wants to make sure that that's a peaceful place for us to, and comfortable place for us to be. So
that's very thoughtful.
It makes,
yeah, that's super sweet.
Things I didn't even know I needed.
That's awesome. No, I love that, because I think that those little signs of appreciation really are sustainable. They sustain the relationship. It's a mutual love and respect. So I love that. So I think that's all really cool. You know, I was gonna say I have to dance with you. Would you guys be cool watching? Give me some audience participation here. What do you think? Would you guys be cool with me dancing with this? Now, we haven't rehearsed this. I haven't danced with Candace and God. I don't know. So we're just gonna go for it. It's been a long time.
Yeah.
So I'll put on a song that we can do anything from salsa to bachata to merengue with. How's that?
That's fine.
Are we cool? I'm gonna turn this over so you can hear my mic, and then we'll pull this chair back, and we're gonna go
I'll
for
let
it.
y'all
So
have at it.
let me
watch you guys.
Let me see if I can get this thing on here. Now my Bluetooth, I better take that off, right? Here we go. Okay. Can you hear me? This is how we burn off all the food. I absolutely love it. Wow. Now there's going to be stereo in that speaker. I love it. So what do you guys think? Is she amazing or what? Wow. Oh my God. How cool. Now look at that. Let's turn that off. Woo. Oh my God. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. That was so cool. Oh my God. So I have not danced with you in 7 years, something like that. Probably. And we haven't missed a beat.
No, we haven't.
Wow. Oh my God. Now my breath it just shows, you know, we both had a birthday recently.
Right.
Except you are amazing. I feel your athleticism. I'm scared of you. Oh my God. Stop. High performance sports car.
Oh my God.
So Candace, in the remaining time, tell folks how they connect to you and your amazing brand and everything that you do. And thank you for dancing with me.
Oh, no problem. Well, if you need event design, you need florals for an event, or you need an arrangement, visit floralnoel.com or on DM me on Instagram, Flora Noel Design.
Flora Noel Design,
yes.
floranoel.com. Folks, yes. Amazing lady. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you, guys. Wasn't that amazing?
Thank you.
Beautiful. So, folks, this is Ninja Talks. You never know what's going to happen. I just got a gorgeous dance. I'm excited.
Aww.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us,
Thanks
Candace, and
me.
we hope to have you back again. This is awesome. And thank you, Leslie. We really appreciate you for joining us as well. And I'm sure we'll see more of Leslie as well. So thank you, folks. Stay connected to the Edge Radio Network, edgeradiotv.com. Have an amazing, amazing day.